Emilio, I believe we're live.
Yeah. We were showing our computer screen for a little bit there, but we're good now. Anyways, hello everyone. My name's Emilio. This is Ryan back at you again with another Daytona Beach Racing Card Club live stream. Today we're doing the 150K guarantee $400 buy-in final table, and we have six lovely gentlemen here. Ryan, would you like to say hello?
Hello, everybody. We are here for day 3 of the Almighty Stack. This was a $400 buy-in, 150K guarantee tournament. Of course, we crushed that guarantee, close to 250,000 in this prize pool, and I believe there were 760 plus runners in this.
Yeah, we had a lot of entrants for this tournament. We had 760 something, you said, and for just a winter tournament, 150K guarantee, that's a lot, right?
Yep, Byron Rodriguez, our tournament director, added a special bonus, a $1,200 double bag bonus and a min cash. Brought a lot of players in. I'll get these payouts posted for you. All these players have locked up 9,000 and change, but all eyes on that 44,000 up top for first place. 670 runners today. And maybe Amelia can give us the chip stacks real quick, possibly.
Yeah, right now we have Eric in seat one with the lowest stack of them all, 6.1 million. The blinds right now are 800K, 400K, so the big blind counts are displayed on the screen as well. Our big stack for right now is Matthew in seat two with, it is George in seat six with 18 million, and then we got Jose with David with 17, Jose with 13, Matt with 12, and then Gerard with 8. So we're going to get right into the action here immediately. So we have Matt with pocket 8s in the cutoff here. Going to be a open.
We do have the white chips in play, which are 100K, and we have those pretty cranberry-looking wine-colored chips, which are 1 million each. So you have 100,000 and milli chips in play at the moment.
Yeah, and like I said, the blinds are already 800,000 for the big blind, so everyone is starting off pretty shallow. So we're going to expect a few hands to go all in pre-flop, especially from short stacks like Eric with 6.1 million. So we got a call here from George. George, from what I've seen, he's a pretty loose player, surprisingly, in tournament. He is the chip lead right now, so he could afford to be a little bit loosey. Calm from the small blinds. Flop comes 6-6-2, two spades.
George is a pretty experienced player. He told me he cashed a tournament at the Wynn almost 30 years ago. I didn't even know the Wynn existed back then for 50K.
Yeah, that was 1994 where he cashed for 50K, I believe.
I was confused. I didn't know the Wynn was built back then, but I'm pretty happy for him.
Yeah. I didn't know poker was made back then.
Well, thank you.
But he also had an 18K win in Melbourne, Club 52. But here he is now, Daytona Beach Racing Car Club, looking for that 44,000 up first.
Matt with the overpair follows up here and then gives him a look.
Yeah, George really likes to get sticky sometimes. However, this isn't really a spot I can imagine him calling. Matt here is a very experienced player as well. He started back when Moneymaker won the World Series back in 2005 and all that. And he's been playing ever since. He's been to the World Series a few times. He's cashed a few times. I think he probably, I'd say, is the most studied player on the table, if I had to say, because...
Well, David in seat 6 is a very experienced player. We've seen David a lot at final tables as well. And I think Eric at the final table won a July event for us. So there is different varying levels of experience here, but with these blind levels, it's going to be anyone's game. Byron said they played almost 4 hours yesterday without losing a player to get to this final table. I know you were here allegedly making some notes on some of the big hands you saw.
Yeah, do we shove with Queen 10 of diamonds here? No, we're just going to go for a min raise here.
What's that called, Emilio? That's called a stop and go if you make a little raise and then just shove on the flop.
Yeah, actually, a $2.1 million raise with a 6 big blind stack.
It can be pretty strong, right?
Yeah,
you just follow up on the flop. If the flop comes something you don't think it's in their range.
I assume he's looking to call a jam. If someone does go over the top. It is going to be kind of hard to play with skeptical hands, even from the big blinds with King 9 offsuit, because just Eric is just going to be going all in on pretty much any flop if he catches anything, you know?
Matthew's going to be battling. Looks like he's climbing towards that chip lead. If you're just joining us, we are live on Facebook and YouTube today. You can share the link, let some folks know. You know, we love it when you're in the chat and you let us know you're here, especially if you're not a bot. We do appreciate that. Emilio and I are both a little bit under the weather, it sounds like, but we're going to gut it out for you. As my daughter would say, we're thugging it out today.
Yeah.
To bring you some poker action from Daytona. You know, the weather gets cold. It changes the seasons on us, Emilio, and, you know, the poker germ is going around.
The poker germs.
Yeah, the 8-7 suited getting folded. That's a poker germ. I'd
Wash
play
your
that.
hands, guys. Please.
Sanitize.
Sanitize. We have sanitizing stations. We
Wash
have
your hands.
sinks. Just please.
Use the soap.
Yeah, just do anything.
Warm water and soap goes a long way. Although David in a small blind with pocket fours, pretty strong holding heads up usually.
Yeah, he's just the big blind has a short stack, so he does end up raising it in a blind versus blind scenario. Eric has a decision. He has to, yeah, he's gonna be forced to fold out all these middling hands because he's so shallow.
He's going to be the one that wants to be aggressive, making the shove, not having to call or come back over the top right. Maybe a 3-bet there could work.
People can easily bully him out of his blinds.
Well, he was patient, he said yesterday. He's going to look for a good spot. Like I said, he's been here before. He reminded us of his July finish. He's been at a final table with us previously, so it's good to see some faces back in the crowd.
Yeah. We also got we have a wide variety of play styles, I would think, because you know we have Matthew, the studied player, and then we have what I'd say the wild card in.
One card is good enough for you.
He's going to his notes.
Yeah. I don't know names yet, 100%. We got the wild card in George, and then we have obviously David, aka Moose.
I haven't seen Jose play many hands yet. Saw Jerry just make a fold here. We're back on George now.
Yeah, Jose. Once he does involve himself in hands, he does like to go for those big bets.
We need to comment on the card protectors. I see Mimic Chew there, and now I see a Mario.
Anyways, George going a pretty big raise size, 3.4 million, with ace-7 suited. Like I said, he is pretty much the wild card player on this table.
But he's experienced.
He is. But that's just how he likes to play, I guess. We got a call here from ace-9 offsuit in the cutoff.
I hope David folds and goes for that onion ring because that thing is sticking out.
That thing's huge. He could fit his arm through that.
Good lunch choice over here at Daytona Beach today. Yeah, he's going to get back to work over there with that food. Good for him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Matt with the 8-4 suited is going to let the blind go. So we have ace-7 suited versus ace-9 off.
Heads up.
Still the equity close, the classic 70-30 if you round up. Jack, King, 10,
Check.
Rainbow.
Both players flopping a gut shot to a queen.
Check.
Can't imagine ace high has much showdown value on a board like this, though. 7 comes out on the turn for George.
3.8.
He is going to go for a bet here.
He announced 3.8 million.
I don't really think his hand needs that much protection since the board is already like, it's a triple Broadway board. But he's going to be betting here. Gets a fold from Jose.
Yeah, he caught up and bets and takes it down. Not a fan of Mimic Chew. I saw he changed the subject pretty quickly. No comment, huh?
What?
Mimic Chew.
No.
That's the card protector.
Oh.
It's a Pokemon.
Are you saying Mimikyu?
Is it Mimikyu or Mimic
Mimikyu.
Chew? Yeah, see?
Oh
It's
my
not Chew like
gosh.
Pokemon, like Pikachu's brother or something.
Boomers, am I right, guys?
We don't have an ejection button, but
I'm
Amelia might be flying.
probably the only guy.
Mimic Chew.
Good enough to go all in.
I'm probably.
Wow.
I'm the youngest one in this room for sure. So I can't be saying that.
Do you want to see your next birthday? So, next hand, George gets rewarded with the 5 tray off. And he's feeling it. Oh, is he going to bluff the commentators?
That's actually his favorite hand. Or was it 5 deuce? No, it was 5 deuce.
Oh, 5 deuce
If
panda.
it was 5 deuce, he would have raised.
Jose, ace jack off,
All in.
has announced all in.
Yep, jamming a 9 big
And
blind
David
stack here.
behind him wakes up with ace queen suited.
Yeah, we got a big hand right now.
You see Jose's stack.
Now, does David go over the top or just call?
David has him covered, almost double his stack.
Looks like he might be electing just to call.
Call.
Which he does. Does not go over the top.
So
of
got to go through the
Jose.
blinds. And there's Matt with an ace jack.
Yeah, I guess he was pretty worried about Matt since Matt does have a pretty big stack. But this is just a trivial fold here.
And Jerry in the big blind with 9-6 off is going to let it go. So Jose's going to see the bad news.
Yeah,
He's pipped here 3-1.
yeah, and as we saw, Matthew did have an ace jack as well, so that's another jack out of the deck. Looking for one of the 2 jacks left. And there it is. Wow. He gets it. Flops it.
With 3 clubs.
One of the only 2 jacks left in the deck. Now we're looking for a queen. Moose is now the underdog. And there it goes. Just speaking into existence, I guess.
It reverses that quickly, and Jose is down to 2 outs. We believe 2 clean outs. But
Wow.
another queen comes, and that's going to take Jose out. He's going to win $9,048 for his efforts. Day 3 of the $400 deep stack.
Yeah, and I'd say that's a pretty big elimination right off the bat, because Jose was one of the bigger stacks on the final table, but since I said, like I said, everyone is pretty shallow, so anything can happen.
Mimikyu left with him. Looks like he was loaning that out to his neighbor with Mario. So
Oh.
there goes my talking points. So let's give a quick update on these payouts now that we've lost Jose. You can see 5th place now. These players have laddered up to 11,420. First place still sitting there, 44,000 and change for these final 5. As we gear up for another hand, this will be hand number 6. So 1 round pretty much went by in
Yeah.
orbit, and we lost a player.
5 hands. Lost a player. I guess it did take longer than the Moneymaker event we had, where we had a elimination number 1, right? Hand 1.
I forgot about that. So we have Queen Jack for Eric, who is going to raise from the cutoff. And Matt's on the button. He does have Ace King offsuit.
Matt's for sure putting them all in. Yep. Here we go.
Right.
Raises just enough to put Eric all in, I think.
Standard play. Jerry wakes up with 9s.
Wow, this is actually a pretty tough spot here. The question is how wide is Matt going to be putting Eric all in here? I'd say since Matt is the one that's like committing to putting Eric all in, it's going to be a pretty tight range here. Going to be a lot of top of range. I'd say the worst hand he would have is like ace queen or something like that, which I mean Gerard is flipping with. However, does he want to take the chance that Eric doesn't have kings, queens, jacks, 10s, whatever? He does not want to take that chance.
Premium hands here, shorthanded.
This is going to take a little bit. George likes to think about these hands because he does get pretty loosey-goosey sometimes. It is suited.
They've all locked up 11,000. The pay jump would go to 14,900.
He calls.
Wow, gives Eric a chance to triple up.
That's true. He is drawing pretty live right now.
Don't think that's what Matt had in mind here when he 3-bet.
Is Eric considering a fold?
And equity-wise, he's right in there.
I mean, he's getting a little over 3-1 though. It's gonna be really hard. He does. He folds, deciding to keep his tournament life for the time being.
So Queen Jack folds and 9-9 folds. And you have Ace King versus Ace 10, and two gentlemen with chips.
And he would have flopped 2 pair. Uh-oh.
Would have had top 2 on the flop. And
But-
even Jerry outflops both players.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Yeah, he does. 9s.
George flopping a gutter to a king here, which would make Matt top pair. The ace comes on the turn. That could be an action card here. George deciding to just check it. We'll see how big Matt decides to bet here. The pot is pretty big already, so I'd say any bet would lead to a river all in.
I could just see him going all in now.
Yeah, possibly.
I'm all in.
There
yeah,
he goes.
It might be an overbet, but he's going to do it.
It's
So
a
it's
little
not
bit,
an overbet.
Yeah, it's a little bit under.
It's almost 2/3 pot, right, when he's doing it. 12 million.
Yeah,
Or
$13 million
14 million.
pot. So.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Does George just call from what I heard? No, he wants to count. That's what it was.
If George does lay this down, that's a pretty tough lay down. You've invested that much and be able to let it go. That's pretty tight.
Yeah, I mean,
No.
the thing is, Matt can definitely have all the sets here too. Like, he could have pocket jacks, pocket queens, not just all the ace kings. But he ends up just calling, drawing to a king or a 10.
And Matt's tournament life is on the line here with top. Does not want to hit a second pair.
Jack on the river is going to be...
Does not get the king. So aces and jacks with the king does
Yeah.
hold up. Matt's going to get a full double and should take a commanding chip lead here.
Yeah, 38 bigs now.
You have no idea.
With the 800 big blinds, I'm trying to think if there's about 100 bigs in play. I think they said there's 84 million chips in play.
Yeah, the average stack is, I think, about 12 million, from what I remember.
6-handed or 5-handed might have changed slightly.
Six-handed.
So we're at
Oh,
5
5-handed,
players
never
now.
mind.
Yeah, so we've changed a little bit, but when the blinds go up, it'll be a million. It'll be much easier to count.
Yeah.
But with it's big stack.
Yeah, it is.
Let's check a
I
look.
don't know what call it was.
Whoa.
Yeah, we heard the glitch in the matrix. So Matt with 38 bigs, and you can see Eric hanging around 4.9 bigs, and Jerry 8 bigs, George 10. So Matt and David definitely taking a lead. I'm not going to press
Yeah.
any buttons for a minute.
I was just about to say, we'll have to see if Eric gets a hand that's better than Queen Jack suited, but here he is with King Queen suited.
He was in the cutoff before. Now he's in the hijack.
Under
the gun. Yeah, I guess. Same thing, right? He is going to be all in. King 7 should not be good enough. Matt's going to let it go. And Jerry with Queen 8.
We do have George here in the blinds, though. Pocket threes. He could get a little sticky.
He's an action player, and he just lost a huge chunk. I have to feel like he's going to play.
Yeah. Nope.
Oh, good lay down. Even though it's a 50-50, you'd rather be the one being aggressive and shoving than calling, right? Always.
Yeah. I mean, an under the gun shove is going to seem stronger than maybe like a button shove or something like that, but Eric is probably getting a little desperate because he's going to be in the big blind next hand, and he's going to be putting a lot of chips in the middle.
Remember, Jose busted in 6th for 9,000, but all these players have locked up 11,000 to change. But as they ladder, you see that top prize, I'm scared to press any buttons, is 44,000, but there's still some healthy payouts up top. Let's see what happens here if I hit the payout button. I press it really quickly. Second place, 31K. Third, 20K. 14K for fourth. And this is all for a $400 buy-in, so congrats to all these players making this run. What a great turnout, 760 runners. Nice January tournament to start the year off here in Daytona Beach.
Yeah, fortunately for Eric, taking down the pot pre-flop will allow him to pay his blinds pretty much for free now. Though he's still putting in pretty much like a third of his stack every time he's the big blind right now.
You can't count out David with the onion rings also. Pretty strong.
Yeah. I love onion rings.
Well, everyone remembers how hungry we were on our last podcast, or our last
Yeah.
stream. Times were getting tough.
We still did not get food though, to be fair.
That was a really rough stream. Turned into like the Hunger Game stream. King Queen suited for Jerry in the cutoff, and he's going to be first to act. Do you think he wants to make a move here? Is he going to be the type of player that makes a limp and then a raise on the flop, or limp and
I've
Push?
seen him limp before.
no, that's a raise.
But yeah,
3 million?
I think he's the type of player where if he gets a good hand, he's not gonna let go of it.
So he raises a 3 million. We are at the 800,000 level. What would be your opening raise? Is 2.2 enough? Do you think 3's kind of high with his stack?
I'd honestly say, like, with everyone as shallow as they are, I think something optimal would be close to a min raise.
So anywhere
Had
between
to
like
say.
1.6 and 2 million is plenty.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3's kind of high. If they're going to fold for 1.8 or 1.9, whatever, they're going to fold for 3. It's kind of committing himself, huh? But it is going to get through.
Yeah, it does get through.
He does pick up the blind, so that's 3 to pick up 2.
Yeah, I don't really see the difference between raising to 3 million and just shoving there, but it worked.
That is a good question if you're at home and you're deciding what my opening bet should be. A lot of times in tournaments it does change, right, depending on the situation. Some people like to bet 3x. The bigger the buy-in, sometimes you'll see pros betting what, like 2 point whatever small.
Yeah, as SPR gets, stack to pot ratio gets more shallow and everyone's more shallow, they tend to open to smaller
I
sizes.
worked this morning.
You always know if someone has aces or kings, they're betting 6x.
Yeah.
They don't want anyone to call. They're happy with taking the blinds. They want no value on
Well,
the big
it's
pair.
either they raise really big or they raise really small, because like they're like the raising the size. I'm begging you to call me. Don't say that name out loud, please.
So king 9 suited
Then over here, right?
Yeah, after learning box, yeah.
for
Only if you read
George.
the box, you can fold.
Get some instructions by John the dealer.
We got some interesting characters in the chat now.
Come on.
I love it.
Fold
I love it, guys.
King 9, K9's all in, and David's going to wake up with Ace Queen offsuit, as I would call it, 2 flush draws, and both flush draws are live against the King 9 suited in hearts.
Yeah, we got George just going with it for the King 9 suited.
Can I stand up? Can I stand
David taking a little bit to think about it.
George wants to stretch. He's going to feel it. He wants to get the blood flowing.
He's trying to think about if he's going to raise or if he's just going to call. He did just call in position last time, so I imagine he's going to do it again.
When you're watching them play down the final table last night, did George stand up on all his all-ins?
He was a character for sure. He talked a lot, and he was a very excited person. He was lovely to watch.
David a little stoic in the moment, but he's been here before. David's played a lot of big tournaments. He knows what he's doing. When you play good hands and premium holdings, though, your decisions can be a little bit easier.
Does end up just does end up just calling. Like I said, he did it with Ace Queen suited last time. I can't imagine him doing anything different this time.
So
in
this is
position.
a 60-40 equity matchup here.
King. Ready.
And you see Eric and Jerry watching intently here because they can ladder up $3,500 just by sitting there on this hand.
Yeah,
That's a big jump on a $400 buy-in.
it's all down to that chance here. 10-4-5, 2 diamonds, maybe some backdoor hearts, backdoor straight for George, but that's pretty much it right now.
Yeah, definitely is looking at least for a king or a 9 right off the bat.
Yep.
That's not going to do it. He's down to his last 6 outs. He needs one of the 3 kings or 9s, or we will see George leaving in 5th place. And it's a deuce. So George has finished in 5th place in today's day 3 of the almighty stack. George giving everyone a bump. What a, you said, a
Yeah.
lovely guy. What a gentleman. Looks
He's
like he had a
awesome.
lot of fun. We're going to miss George. Wish we could see him play a little bit more. Looks like he had a
Yeah.
good time.
Definitely someone you want on your table to lighten up the mood a little bit.
Yeah, he definitely looks like he had some fun, and we're glad he came out and played. So George is our 5th place finisher. Congrats to him, 11,000 and change. But now these players have locked up $14,970 on his $400 buy-in, as we're down to 4. Coming to you live from Daytona Beach Poker Room. This is Ryan Unger, and I'm here with Emilio Sosa on a Monday afternoon. Woo. With these final 4 players out of 760 runners in this January Almighty stack. It was a 150K guarantee, and I think we were just close to 250,000 in this. And we had the double bag bonus, which I think 4 or 5 people ended up double bagging. Emilio, they got a $1,200 double bag bonus plus a min cash of 500 change. So turned out pretty good for those players. What do you think about that option?
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, Byron always runs amazing structured tournaments, and now we're giving him more incentives to join us here in Daytona. We're having our double board bomb pot tournaments now, actually, every single Monday. No limit bomb pot tournaments. We actually got...
I think there was 40 runners as we came back here, which
Yeah,
is great
I
for the
was-
first time ever.
I was actually surprised we had that many, to be honest with you. But if you love bomb pots,
Yeah, you got to check the slate on the calendar. There's all new tournaments for January and February coming to Daytona Beach and Orange City as we prep for our new Player of the Month, Player of the Year system coming up. The leaderboard starting in February, so there will be new daily tournaments, and those will count towards that leaderboard. So make sure you check the calendars. And obviously, we have the best promotions and high hands in the state, so
of course.
you
They
should be
already
looking.
knew that.
They did know that. We had big ass high hands already in January, and we're doing it again Martin Luther King weekend. So we look forward to having everyone come out. Plenty of seats.
Doing anything for Valentine's Day?
That's a great question.
Showing our love to the players, you know?
We'll find some kind of special cocktail. We'll do something. We'll let them wear red.
How?
Wear red, you get free entry that day. And if you don't wear red, you still get free entry that day.
He said it, not me.
There you go. Wear a heart sticker for Emilio. Let him know. Put a heart in the chat for Emilio. Free onion rings on Emilio.
Yeah, absolutely not.
No. I once played in a Valentine's Day tournament with my wife. She's the better player, but it didn't work out for us. It's a partners tournament, yeah. We had the tag team
Oh,
tournament at the
what was it?
Moneymaker. We didn't get to play, though.
There's a tag team tournament at the Moneymaker?
Yeah, remember we had that on the Friday before our stream.
I had no idea.
Yeah, we had like 40 teams in it. It was won by a couple of locals.
That's awesome.
I think Mo and Daniel took that down.
So
When
we
they
got-
took the picture, they sat as far apart as possible. It's a great picture of the winners of the tag team. Check that out. Might be on our Facebook page. So Matt's going to open with King Jack suited to 2 milli. And it's on David, 7-5 from the small blind is going to let it go. And Eric with the 9-7 suited is going to get a discount.
Yeah.
But he's out of position against Matt. He's going to let it go.
Yeah, remember what I was saying about him putting a third of his stack every time he's a big blind? Well, now he's down to 3 big blinds, and somehow he still made it to 4th place, being the shortest stack at the very beginning. Him folding that Queen Jack, actually, like, his survivor mentality actually ended up paying off a little bit.
And you know what? He still has laddered up almost 6K, so, you know, you can't hate it. As my wife says, lock up the money, then lock up the win.
Yeah, 100%.
And I've made that mistake. I tried to win the tournament before I was in the money.
It's about survival.
Very good, very good. Jerry's probably not going to be trying to survive with 7 deuce, even though it is suited, as they would say at the cash games. Very disciplined, Jerry. I don't think if we counted VPIP, Jerry has one.
You know,
But
that
it is a tournament.
that argument could also be used for deciding to take risks when it comes to, like, being early in the tournament too, because like when you're early in the tournament, you make $0 until you make the money, you know. So you may as well go for those risky plays and try to get all the chips.
Well, it's like ICM. Chips have no value early in the tournament at all.
Yeah.
I learned that a long time ago. Chips have no value. There's your hearts in chat. Thank you, everybody. Emilio does
I'm
appreciate
doing
that.
hearts with my hands.
He does appreciate that. I like how David has his chip stacked. He's just going to take as much room as he wants.
Yeah.
This is my favorite table in any poker room because it's table 47. Did you know that?
I did not.
47 rings a lot to me. It's a perfect hand. 9-6 suited under the gun. I think David's going to stay in line here and probably let this one go.
Yep.
Your range does open 4-handed, but when you have a gentleman sitting there with about a big blind and a half, you really don't need to make any moves.
Yeah, it's very important right now to be paying attention to who's in the blinds right now.
And Matt's just going to pick any 2 cards and pick on Jerry because Jerry has to have a hand to play back.
Yeah, shoving a polar range here, shoving his worst hands and his best hands. I would assume he's doing blind versus blind.
So between David and Matt, depending on who has the position here, this is going to be a clinic on ICM. They're both just going to be picking up blinds here. But it seems like Matt's taking advantage of it early. With
Yeah.
Eric there and Jerry there.
David and Matt are just going to be looking to bully Eric and Gerard until they're out.
Yeah, you think if you're Jerry, it's really tough to go out fourth looking at Eric's stack. And that
Yeah,
is where the ICM
that's
pressure
true.
comes in. You are talking about a difference of almost 15K to 20,000, so $5,000 difference from going out third to fourth.
Queen deuce suited.
Now I'm a sicko. If this is me, I just shove here.
Yeah, he has to fold. If he limps, it's very likely he's just going to get jammed on.
Well,
He is just limping. David with jack deuce suited.
The
We'll see what
problem
happens.
limping here, right, and I'm kind of novice to this, is that David just has a free flop to outflop him.
That too.
So he has no fold equity at all, and he's out of position. Right?
Yeah. Like, what is he gonna do? Make like a min bet or something like that on the flop?
If you're going to do that, might as well just min bet or min raise pre-flop. Should
Yeah.
take your equity. Gary, so the way we explain it is that instead of having blinds in the tournament, all the players ante, and they go right to the double board. So they're on the flop when they start the action, and the players ante every hand. So that's the double board bomb pot. So it's increasing antes every level.
David realizing his equity here and the big blind and hitting that jack.
And that's the problem. Jerry let him get there. Now, David obviously knows if Jerry had any kind of ace, he would have raised pre-flop. He would have
Yeah.
bet on the flop. So this is $1.5 million. He's just going to take it down.
Yeah, and Gerard just kind of has to fold to any bet. Like, even if David didn't have anything whatsoever there, Gerard just cannot.
That was a very
Continue.
passive way to play the hand, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, so in a double board bomb pat, typically you all ante and you go right to the flop, which is a double board. So in a tournament, they're just going to have increasing antes. There'll be no blinds. The button will move so you know where the position starts. But I think they started the tournament today with a 20K stack and $200 antes. And then the next level would be 300 antes and so forth. So that creates the action. Matt under the gun with 9-8's going to let it go. Jerry with 5-4 offsuit. David should have enough here to put Eric all in. He does.
He just calls.
Well, that might be. I think he's trying to raise, but he has to say it.
Oh, lordy. Look at that. Well, he has 0.4 big blinds right now, so
I think he wanted to raise. He just had to say raise, or he put in the 1.1 or whatever it was.
yeah.
He had to make it 2.
Well,
It
he's
doesn't
got
matter.
kings.
But he's not out of the woods here. 10-8 suited. Definitely has a lot of outs. Got all the clubs and all the straight draws.
Yeah, and unfortunately, even if he wins this pot, he's only gonna have 3 big blinds in his stack.
That's the hard part about getting down that low.
Yeah, it's just gonna be a race between who gets out first between Eric and Gerard right now. There's a set.
So
and
he hits a set, but
straight
it doesn't
draw,
matter.
yeah.
The 9 comes. David's got, looks like 3 clean outs. One of them's not highlighted, but
Yeah, straight draw for David here.
no diamonds for either player, so flush draws don't matter. So Eric has to avoid a 9 here, and he'll get a double. And he does. So Eric makes a full house. It's a pretty hand. King
Yeah,
four.
it's kind of hard to call this a double up. I mean,
He's happy. Let the guy eat.
it's technically a double up.
So he's got 14,900 locked up, and he just found a double at a final table. I'll take
Yep.
it. And David leans over and grabs an onion ring and says, "I'll match it.
Yeah,
I'll eat
he's
too." Been there, done that. I just lost the absolute minimum and saw an all in.
David's very nonchalant.
Did I lose that? Because he can't tell.
Yeah.
So now the pressure's on Jerry to find a double up.
Yeah, and it really just depends on the card distribution here.
I think all those hands play out the same way. If we have 10-8 suited, we're making a small bet there too. He wakes up with kings, it's over.
Folding the jack 9 suited. Looking for a better hand.
Well, now he has a couple free hands, so that's what he's thinking, I guess.
Yeah, quite literally a couple because 2 hands and he's a big blind again.
Doing the math, you're in the blinds how many % of the time?
50% right now.
When's the last time you played poker, Emilio?
I play online at home,
Well, we don't talk about that.
but
Oh, yeah, for fun money. Yeah, that's what I was
for
talking about.
fun. Yeah. Fake chips, fake chips.
Zynga, yeah, Bazinga.
No, I actually got a.
Zynga.
I was playing with my dad recently and teaching them how to play, and I got a royal,
Oh, with some pennies.
and I was
Good
really
for you.
upset. The first royal I ever make
Was wasted at home.
was fake
Yeah.
chips at home.
There you go.
I could cry. Ooh, zooming in on David here.
He's going to let an ace go.
Pocket nines for Matt.
Good timing by David.
Yeah, very easy shove here. And Gerard just has pain on his face.
Matt's got a wry smile here, but he actually has a hand.
He's got very close to the worst hand in poker. Gerard. He's desperate. Gerard's got to get a hand.
Eric
I'd
as
s-
well.
Yeah, I mean, Gerard just kind of has to shove with any 2 right now, I think. Because with the ante in the middle, too, that's just a lot of dead
Well,
money.
he's a small blind this one, and Eric is under the gun.
I'd prefer my hand over his, sir.
I mean, just there's more. Oh, Eric with jacks here. Could actually get Gerard eliminated with this. And he's.
He's got one over. He's going to go into his free hands. It's going to go to David in the big blind.
The dirty diaper for David here.
2 points.
He's got the chips, but he wishes he had a slightly better holding than that.
Yeah, he's laughing to himself. Nope.
Yeah, he can wait in orbit.
Yeah, he can let that go with another onion ring.
And little did they know how strong Eric is there. I mean, that's pretty much the top of his range, right?
Yeah, that's definitely one of the best hands he could have. I mean, if he's folding Jack 9 suited, obviously the other players don't know this, but I'm really curious as to what the worst hand he actually shoves is.
And they got to be getting close now to 40 minutes in play, I'd assume, so the blinds will be going up. I believe they go to 500 a million. So that'll let us know a little easier to keep track, I should say, of where we're at.
Doyle Brunson for David. Looks like he's going for a raise. Looks like Eric just staying tight, even with Queen 10.
I don't know if David got away with one there. Did that look like he string raised?
Yeah.
It's hard to tell. I don't know if he meant
I
said
mean-
raise. I could see the dealer kind of pause on that one, but
I mean, technically the chips were still in his hand. Like, he didn't go back and reach for more chips, I guess. But
yeah, quick close one there. Real quickly look at the stacks here. You can see Jerry definitely has to make his move quicker than
I mean, they both got to make a move.
yeah, that's fair. But David and Matt both up there with the big chips. I didn't
And
do that on
Gerard next
purpose.
hand gonna be in the big blind, so he's pretty much gonna be forced to play whatever he gets next hand. And he does end up folding anyway. So we'll just have to see what he has, what he's going all in with. Hopefully it's better than 10-8 off.
Yep, so I heard the buzzer going off, so the players are moving up in blinds. Looks like Jerry's going to be all in for the blind. So we're going to be at 500,000 and $1 million now as we switch dealers out.
Yep. Things do not get easier for our short stacks. Let's see right now. What did that take our big stacks down to?
It's going to change. It's
Yeah,
still
changing a
showing.
bit.
You have to wait for one hand to be dealt for it to update.
Gotcha.
But remember, these players have locked up just shy of $15,000, but they're all playing for that $44,000 and change. And there's a trophy, Emilio. Got to add one to the mantle.
Yeah, we do actually have a pretty good looking trophy.
They do
out
a great
there.
job here. Give credit to Sydney and the team coming up with the trophy ideas.
Yeah, so Gerard all in here. Forced to be all in. I mean, Jack 8 offsuit could be worse.
Oh, may your cards be live.
Matt just getting a price here.
Looks like Moose limped or David limped, so they're teaming up.
Yeah, both David and Matthew limped here. 3 diamonds on the flop, and a jack here for Gerard could get that triple up if another diamond does not come. Fading a diamond, and it comes. David
So
here.
David has the nut flush. He's going to bet. It is a paired board.
Double check and making sure it's not a heart.
Bets 2 million, and I believe that's going to knock Gerard out
Yeah.
in 4th place. And he sees the bad news. Not a great run out. Did go out with 3 jacks, and he does take home $14,971 on a $400 buy-in, which is nothing to scoff at. So congrats to Jerry for playing today.
Yeah.
3
and
days work,
I
15K.
wasn't gonna be here.
Eric.
I had 5.
Surviving another pay jump.
He has laddered himself to this $20,245 pay jump here, prize pool. So there you see our payouts. The next jump is roughly 11K, and then we're going up 13K to the top, 44,000 on this $400 buy-in with 760 plus runners. This was a multi-day event over here in Daytona Beach. Anyone could have bought in for $400. The almighty stack, you did start with a 100,000 stack, which is now 1 white chip.
And Eric just pushed it in. Ace 5 suited.
I just realized that every one of those white chips is one person starting stack.
That's crazy to think about. It's a soul in those white chips. Every one
I
of them
didn't
is
say
a
all
soul.
that, Thanos. I don't know what you're talking about. It's kind of deep. That always is fun at the World Series when you get to the level where the blinds are the starting stacks.
Each cranberry is 10 souls.
Wow, okay. That went down quickly.
Matt taking the time to think about it. I think he's typically a pretty risk-averse player. So he just ends up folding. The reason why I say that is because he ends up just finding these folds. He doesn't like to really keep people honest, if that makes sense. Like, for example, that last hand when he had the 7 high flush and David had the ace high flush. Matt just playing it safe. But we do have a flip here. 40%, 60%.
I had queen 7. I just
The ace 5 suited and the king 10 off. Eric for his tournament life and a 6.2 million chip pot, otherwise known as 6 bigs.
Yeah, 6 big blind pot. And the ace in the window.
And backdoor hearts. Look at all that.
Yeah, David looking for a king or a 10.
And avoid a heart if you can.
7 on the turn does not help because it
So all he
counterfeits
can
all
really
the
hit
10
is a
outs.
king.
Yeah.
Yep. He's got 2 outs left. One of the 2 kings left. Doesn't do it. So Eric's going to find another double. This time when they're 3-handed. So Eric surviving. See that smile again? Locked up that
Yeah.
$20,000 and he's doubling up.
Look at him go. He's going. He's got his wife on the stand there.
Yep. His luck charm. This is what he was waiting for. Meanwhile, David enjoying some lunch still
Yeah,
as we enter hand 25 of this final table.
that's his current wife, the onion rings.
There you go.
His moral support.
Yeah, take what you can get. You can reorder as well.
I love the onion rings here.
Maybe some more water. Yeah,
Mozzarella sticks are pretty good here. Too.
there you go. I think the pot stickers are fire.
We got a dead button right now from Gerard being eliminated. We got suited dirty diaper here for David.
The dirty diaper.
Ends up raising it in. Eric just shipping it. I mean,
It's
David
the same
has a
equities as
price.
before. 60-40.
yeah, David has a price. I mean, I don't think he could fold. It's only 1.7 more.
I think this is the last time you can make a call here for this. After this, you can't really give him another double.
Yeah. I mean, he's thinking about it. Just he has.
As long as you put him on 2 overs, you just go for it, right?
It's only like another 1.5 million to call. Eric is getting the better end of these flips here.
Until you don't.
Yeah. If he gets another double up, I mean, he'd be up to over 10 bigs, so. Yeah, David has to call.
So King 10 suited versus Trey Deuce suited. Diamonds and clubs battling it out here.
Yeah, David now thanking the stars that Eric doesn't have an overpair and that he has some form of equity here.
Yeah, he's very live and he's getting the price for that. So we'll go heads up. Now the prize is 11 million in the middle there. There's
10
the
in the
10.
window.
Yep, there's a 5. He's got some runners for a low end straight possibly. Does David. Love to see a 4 or 6 pop off. There's the 4.
There's
I'm
a
not
4.
wishing it,
Uh-oh.
but now he can get a 4. I'm sorry, he can get an ace or a 6. He's
Yep.
open-ended. So we'll see what happens here.
There's always got to be a sweat.
Eric all in for his tournament life. A 9 comes, and he's going to get a clean double up to 11 big blinds. He's right back in it.
Yeah, please someone check Eric's blood pressure right now because he's been through like 3 flips in a row.
And we'll do a update on the stacks here. And you see that doesn't really hurt David that much, though. He's still within 3 bigs of Matt, and this is in millions, which is the big blind right now. So that makes it nice and easy for everybody.
Yep. Nice and clean number, a lot of zeros.
Yep. So it says we have about 74 million in play. I guess I thought there was more. That makes sense. 740 buy-ins, 100,000 stack each. So that would make sense. Let me pop out of that before we hear the glitch again. I don't know why that's doing that, Matrix. Let's come over here. All right, perfect. David will be on the button here. Ace Jack off.
Yep.
That's
Easy
his
open.
follow-up prize. Yep. 3.2 looks like he's going to. So they are raising a little bit bigger than the old 2-point click.
Yeah, he is a little bit deeper though. He's a little over 30 bigs. So.
But still, what would be your range there? Even 2.2, 2.4 gets the job done?
I mean, 2.5. I mean,
you do
it
save
really-
over how many hands that you save by not having to win by saving those little chunks, right?
I mean, I really don't know how much it matters to be honest with you,
okay.
but
Well, to be successful,
I just know what the pro players do. I know they like to
I
go
play
the smaller,
limit,
like
sir, so I don't know what that means.
2.2, 2.4, 2.5x, and all that.
Well, they took all that math away from me when I play limit. It's just raise or fold.
Like, if there's like a specific number that says how much it matters between a 2x open and a 2.5x open, I mean, I'm sure it's pretty small. Like when it comes to EV, expected value or anything. But Eric just gonna open here on the button with ace 10, and Matt has a decision. Eric does have a pretty significant amount of chips here, and I'm assuming that ace 10 off would be the worst hand that Eric is going to be jamming here. And Matt just going to call. He is dominating Eric right now, so we could see another elimination. Eric has to survive another flip on the bad end of it. Probably has somewhere around like 20% equity or something like that.
I
against
say
Matt.
David has one of the jacks that Matt would want to see come out.
Yeah, 27% equity.
So ace 10 versus ace jack. Eric's life on the line and 24 million in the pot.
All right, let's see it. Here we go again, guys. Here we go.
So Eric's tournament life on the line with ace 10 offsuit against Matt's ace jack offsuit. These players have locked up $20,245, and here we go to the flop.
Yeah, Eric needs anything he can get. He needs some hearts. He needs a 10.
Queen deuce Trey is not going to do it. One heart comes out.
Yep,
Will not
3
be
outs.
enough. Yep, 3 10s left in the deck. There's a 9, so still down to 3 10s here. or we will see Eric eliminated in third place.
And the ace does not help. Eric is eliminated. He is a survivor. He made it. He came out to the table the shortest stack, and he got third place, which is really, really good compared to what was expected.
Yep, and he gave his chips over to Matt, who now Matt will go into heads up with a decent little lead here over David. So we'll take a moment to let the players get situated here. We're going to show you the updated payouts.
We're allowing them to sit across from each other so they could stare into each other's souls.
So you can see they have locked up 31,000 and change, and first will be 44,000. And you can see our stacks where you have David with 31 bigs and Matt with 44 bigs.
Look at them. Camaraderie.
Yep.
Shaking each other's hands. Matt's a really good guy.
The players' sound will be off for a few moments. It'll just be us. We are talking about upcoming events here in Daytona Beach and in Orange City. Martin Luther King weekend, we have a couple big promotions. We're doing our 1,000 every 20 on that Saturday. So if you've never been out for 3K power hours, I suggest you come out and play for a high hand. And then that Monday, we're doing our second ever twice in a month big ass high hands. That'll be Martin Luther King Day. What is that, the 18th?
I don't
the
know.
20th?
Not gonna lie.
$5,000 every 4 hours to the biggest hand in the room with Royal Reset.
I haven't looked at a calendar in a very long time.
Well, you're not injured as much anymore. You need to get back to work.
It's true.
It's going to be the 20th. We'll be doing Royal Reset, big ass high hands, paying out $5,000 for the best hand every 4 hours, plus Royal Reset. We're calling that a 100,000 weekend between Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and Monday. All our promotions will come out to over 100K. So you definitely want to come out for that. And then we're excited to announce in February we're going to be doing the Super 40s, which has been a Daytona tournament. We're going to do that over in Orange City on February 8th. Have you dealt the Super 40s before?
I think I have.
The Saturday Deep Stack single day tournament. I think it's a 40K guarantee tournament single day. Pretty excited about that. That'll be February 8th in Daytona. And don't forget January 11th, Emilio. We have the Ship It in Deep Stack featuring the Snap Call podcast. Maybe Jonathan over here wants to come play. $200 buy-in, 5K guarantee, January 11th.
Is that in Orange City or is that here?
That's going to be in Orange City. You have a chance to play with the podcasters, Ice and Xavier and the crew. Well, maybe you can weasel your way into a day off and wear your Snap Call hat or borrow mine. I got a nice gray Snap Call hat with my Orange City Daytona hoodie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know the guy that does your schedule. So a week from Saturday, or actually this Saturday, January 11th. Yeah, the Snap Call Ship It in Deep Stack tournament in Orange City. Definitely want to see you all there on the 11th.
Yeah, we got our trophy now in the middle for all to see.
And Byron making the chips look pretty. Remember, the white chips are 100,000, or as Emilio says, a single soul.
Yes.
And the cranberries are 1 million chips, which we're very excited about having those million chips in play. Each room has a whole rack of those million chips, so if Byron wanted to color them up, it'd be hilarious. He could just make the whole table cranberries.
I mean, yeah. I don't see why not.
The
They're
tournament would
they're
be
the big
over after
blind
one
anyway.
hand. Yeah, it would be over after a hand. So
Give them at least a few cranberries.
I know we're on a slight delay as they fix this. I feel like I can go out and maybe do some camaraderie stuff with Matt and David. Maybe we can have some bro talk. I see Matt's got his hoodie on. I feel like I can wear that.
Yeah, you could.
I definitely can rock that. Put a little Daytona patch on the
You
front.
know, I almost called him Ryan when I saw him there.
He is a handsome guy then. Way to go, Matt. Yeah, Matt definitely stressed up. He's ready to win.
Yep, suit and tie.
Yeah, that's his go-to outfit. They say play or dress for the job you want, and he dressed to be a final table player.
Yeah, he got the hoodie. He needs the. He's not completely decked out for that though. He needs the backpack. He needs the sunglasses.
Oh, okay. Well, you should hear the players any second now. So once again, here we go. Heads up. You see Matt with 44 big blinds and David with 31. And here's the prizes. They're playing for $44,675 and the coveted GAPT Almighty Stack Trophy.
Yep, and play is continuing right now.
And the button will be first to act as the small blind. And we're still at the 500,000 1 milli blind level.
Yeah, and David is not unfamiliar with heads-up play. Been at a lot of final tables.
You said Matt has some wins in his past also, so definitely a lot of experience between these two. It's going to take a cold hand or a lot of battling to see this chip stack dwindle, huh?
Yeah, I'm not sure how much heads-up experience Matt has. I know he has caches in the World Series, but I'm not sure how many final tables he's been at. But I know he's a really experienced player, really good player, all that fun stuff.
You can just tell by the way he's dressed.
Yeah. Anyways, both players here flopping a pair. The ace on the turn doesn't change anything. It does reduce the amount of combos of aces that players could have, but ends up going check anyway. And Matt probably has the best hand when David checks back the turn. We'll see if he goes for a little thin value bet here. And he goes, what was that, 2.7 or something? 3 million. David with bottom, well, second bottom pair with a decision now.
Both players very thoughtful today, not rushing to make any decisions.
Yeah, like I said, that turn ace does reduce the amount of aces that Matt could have here. And Matt would raise a lot of his aces in the big blind. Ends up just calling.
And Matt accumulates a little bit more. Puts him up to 50 big blinds and David at 25. So 2-1 chip lead right now, which is just one big hand going the opposite way, and we reverse position.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nate, everyone's a little bit under the weather. The January weather got us, the cold. I was traveling a little bit. Emilio's been inactive.
Yeah.
Yeah, very inactive.
Very inactive.
Yeah, he's definitely got the sniffles. I'm social distancing the best I can. We didn't share microphones or anything.
No.
No.
Matthew
Did you want
now-
a sip of my energy drink? I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
Matthew now has double David's stack right now, despite all those white chips being there.
But as my daughter says, Nate, we're thugging it out for you. We couldn't let you guys go without a fun stream on this big Monday to see day 3 of the Almighty Stack.
Of course.
Did you fire in this, Nate? I know the structure is one of your favorites. We do have an all-in here. Awkward. Ace-king for David, and he's going to raise and take it.
By the way, we have an all-in from the last two players on the tournament. Wow. Anyways, yeah, Moose just deciding to shove off a 25 big blind stack with ace-king. I mean, that's pretty much one of the best hands you could get anyways, so.
Maybe catch him slipping with an ace-10 and find a full double.
Yeah.
Kind of thought this would be a quick stream today, knowing these chip stacks and these blinds, so not surprised to be heads up on hand 30. Oh, Dave's in the room. Hey, Dave. Here we are, heads up. 30th hand into the match. Blinds are 1,500,000.
Yep, we're going to be seeing a lot of raises like with the King X hands on the button. Heads up, you're supposed to be opening a little over 50% of hands on the button.
Yeah, great structure in this tournament. 760 runners turned the 150K prize pool into nearly $250,000. 44,000 and change up top available to one of these two gentlemen.
Matt just going to call here. So it does look like Matt does have some experience with heads up. Maybe some more inexperienced players would fold King 7 there.
So Jack 9 tray, 2 spades. Matt with King 7 in the lead. A deuce comes on a turn. Doesn't change anything. Matt far ahead now with just the 7 kicker with his king.
Yeah,
6
7
million
kicker
in there.
getting it done.
Yeah, it looks like he's gonna. That's like 2/3 pot. 4.5, 4.4.
He's taking a pretty good stab. I mean, this board does benefit his range a lot, being the caller preflop.
So he definitely has been in accumulation mode still. Let's click this blinds. David did pick up one round of blinds at 51 blinds to 24, and those are in the millions. Emilio get into the SPR for us all, but
Yeah.
oh, everyone's in chat. We got Dan, Nate, Dave. I feel like we could just start a table right now, Emilio. Are you ready
Yeah.
to deal, or are you still not healed yet?
I'm okay.
Okay.
Can't move my wrist
Okay.
that much yet, but
Byron's out there. He'll set something up for us.
we got Matt with pocket eights here.
Pretty,
I'll play.
pretty premium hand here. He's going to click raise it to 2 million.
Yeah, a little min click here. David getting a price, gonna call. Pretty much only gonna be folding the worst of the worst kind of hands, like the 3 deuces of the world and all that fun stuff. But David flopping a queen here could get a little bit dangerous for Matt if he decides to bet.
You got to feel like 8s are probably good here on that board, but they're
Yeah.
not. He's going to bet half pot. No, a third of the pot, 1.5 into 5 million.
And David just gonna check raise right away.
Pretty large raise. Alarm bell's going off for Matt.
Yeah, it's a pretty dry board. There is a few straight draws that could be out there. We can't see the board right now, but it was queen 4-5 if I
Queen
remember.
5 tray.
No, it was queen 4-5.
Well, that's right. He's got to train his hand. He is going to call here, so the pot ballooned up really quick to, 19 million?
Yeah, there's a lot in there right now. Matt does not know he's only drawing an 8 right now.
Yeah, the graphic has to catch up, but I'm pretty sure the pot.
Yeah, the pot is a good, like, 15 mil right now.
I thought David made it like 7, so 14 plus the 5 that was in there.
Yeah, David's just going to jam it here. There could be some 6-7s in David's range, sure. Some 3-2s, maybe. I mean, like 3-2 suited, but I feel like maybe those, like, 6-7 suiteds of the world will 3-bet sometimes. He's still, I mean, Matt beats, yeah. Matt's going to take the safe approach and just let it go. Now, David is not just winning 2 million. He's winning a good, pretty
Yeah.
significant pot here.
The graphic got slightly.
Got a little lazy on us.
Yeah. I don't know if this is actually correct, 49 to 26, but either way, David definitely accumulated some chips back there.
Yeah, I'd say it's pretty even right now. Well, maybe not even.
No, I can
Matt
see the
would-
stack that Matt has. We kind of there's 74 million chips in play.
I would say Matt has like 40 and then what moves the rest right now? David the rest right
Well, just in white chips, David has just under 16 million there, right? And he has like what, maybe 10 or 12 in his hand.
now. Stop making the commentators do math. Alright, so we got David here with Jack 9 offsuit. Probably going to be a raise.
Good icebreaker.
Is it? Okay, so that's a small blind.
Yeah.
Might end up just calling. Nope. Raises it up to 2 mil. There we go. And Matt just calling with 7-3 offsuit. A little bit of a speculative hand here, but even heads up, this is a pretty bad hand.
He's
But
going to use his post-flop skills.
yeah, and ends up flopping bottom pair here.
With a
David with
gutter.
a 9 high flush draw. Matt upgrading to 2 pair right now.
Look at all the outs for David.
Yeah, we'll have to see if he takes a stab. Decides taking a $3 million stab. Now, Matt does like to fold his hands, like his medium strength hands, to like medium sized bets, but he can't let Moose just push him around in this heads up match. So he does end up calling. And another 3 giving him a full house.
It is the bottom full house, but it is a boat.
So what do we do as David here? So do we donk out? We could donk as Matt to get a little bit of value from maybe like...
There's 11 million out there.
Okay, so it looks like it just went check, check.
Okay.
I don't know what the king 7 was about. Are the hands not even right? I hope they're right.
No, he had the full house. He had fives or
Yeah.
trays full of fives, and Byron's coloring them up right
That
there.
must have been just from the muck or something like that.
Okay.
Well, we can see these flops, so the flops are at least correct. But anyways, Jack 8 off here for Matthew on the button. Probably an open. If he's getting sticky with 7-3 offsuit on the big blind, I can imagine he's going to be opening Jack 8 off, and which he is.
So Jack 8 versus King 4. Jack on the flop. Jack 10 4, or Jack 10 deuce, 2 diamonds, 1 heart.
Yep. David here, we're just king high right now. Now in
David
heads up
checks.
matches, like high cards like kings and aces can have some showdown value when your opponent bets, but just not a good board for him right now.
Close to where we started here. Matt at 51 bigs and David at 24. Just over 2 to 1. Remember, these players have locked up $31,000 change, $44,675 up top. This was a $400 buy-in, $150K guarantee. Each player did start with a $100,000 stack. This was the almighty stack, 3-day tournament with 764 runners. Hard to say that fast 3
Yeah, it
times.
looks like our stat counts are still not quite there yet. But alas.
The little stacks that could. So King Queen versus 6-4. And we're going to see a flop. 5 milli in the middle.
King queen in the window for David here. And Matt just folding. So we do have the same tournament director for all of our tournaments in Orange City, at least our major tournaments in Orange City and Daytona. So he does his best with the structures, and they're all very, very good structures. They give players the time they need to play. He doesn't make it a crapshoot or anything like that.
No, Byron does a great job, and he does listen to the feedback of the players. And everyone I talk to loves the structures. People travel from all over to play these tournaments, especially the bigger buy-ins. Definitely worth the drive. Looks like Matt on the button here, first act with ace-queen. Going to go for his standard click raise. We've seen the last few rounds. David's going to oblige with 9 tray. See a flop of queen 10 deuce, rainbow. David will be first to act.
Yeah, we're looking for that action flop where both players have some decisions. Right now we're getting just like one player flops top. Oh, look at that. Never mind. As I was saying it, but David decided to donk bet 3 mil into Matt's ace queen. Now Matt has to make his decision whether to just call or raise it here. If he raises, he might be able to get it in with like another queen or something like that. But he ends up just calling, keeping in the straight draws and all that funny stuff.
So the jack would either complete a straight, but actually makes David open-ended.
Yeah. Well, David is drawing only 10-8 right now because the,
the
king
king
will give
would be locked
Matthew a
up.
higher straight.
There you go. But David doesn't maybe know that.
Yeah, David just checking here. Matt now knows he has the best hand. However, he decides to get a little trappy. And the 10 on the river isn't going to change anything. David might be able to represent it with another bet. However, he ends up just checking it to Matt, and Max makes a value bet. No, never mind. Sorry, the camera was on Matthew.
I think
so
David bet, and then Matt quickly called and showed queens, queen 10 for the queens and 10s.
Yeah, the camera was on Matthew, so
I
David
think
did end up donking for 5 million,
he
trying to ref
bluffed
that
there.
10.
And if that is correct, now we have a 4-1 chip lead, roughly 59 to 16. Yeah, David put his hand in the cookie jar on that one.
Yeah, got a little out of line there, but heads up, you have to make some moves sometimes.
So I don't know where Matt plays particularly. I think he said something about being from Maryland, but I know
he-
David plays all over the state. A lot of tournaments in Daytona and in Orange City occasionally.
Yeah, Matt mentioned Jacksonville, but we're trying to convert him here in Daytona.
I know I talked to David the last time we had the Almighty Stack in Orange City. He said it was his favorite new tournament structure, so I wasn't surprised to see that he bagged the day one chip lead here in Daytona. He's definitely a fan of the Almighty Stack. A little slow roll on
Where's
the
the other
flop here.
card? Yeah, there it is.
He's like
We
a little
found it.
David Blainage there.
Well, we saw the flop, and we may not see it again. Anyways,
I believe I saw a 9 and a
yeah,
6.
we got a
Oh,
flush draw
queen.
here from Matthew, and nothing here for David. Maybe
Gutter now.
so. It looks like the pre-flops action is still on the screen. Yeah, that's the pre-flop action. So now, Matt going to bet his flush draw. Bets 3 million. David here, obviously having a pair draw, has to fold.
Ooh, little bink the button off the trophy. Hear the crystal off the bink there.
Yeah, now we're getting into territory where David's gonna have to start shipping it.
Maybe you can read Eric's playbook on that.
Yeah,
Eric, a name we haven't said in a few minutes.
how
So
to
this
win
is
flips
only-
101.
Yeah, this is only hand 37 coming up.
Yeah, we haven't been around that long. It's been a quick tournament since everyone was so shallow early
I
on.
don't know, your NyQuil might be wearing off. Seems longer.
My NyQuil.
You also dressed for the job you wanted today. I like your Daytona Beach Orange City hoodie.
I got this merch for free.
Oh, you
We
earned
don't
it.
we don't get food, but we get merch.
You sit next to me, you earned it.
We get eat our. He said you guys have to eat your sweaters.
It's
if you
cotton.
Wanna,
I
yeah.
mean, it's organic.
If you want any food, you got to eat these sweaters.
8-7 versus 8 deuce. Not the matchup I was looking for, but we'll see what the flop brings. The minimum pot available, 3 million. 5, 6, jack. Dealer has 21.
Yeah, Matthew flopping an open ender here. Look, it's a limped pot pre-flop, so these players could pretty much just have anything. But Matt deciding, or it looks like what even happened? Where's the pot going? Okay, it's going to Matthew.
I think he bet and took it.
Yeah, aside from what the graphics said, the pot went to Matthew.
It's interesting. Looks like we're going to have a little setup change here. While we do that, once again, we'll click on the payouts. Remember, this was a $400 buy-in. And look at the size of this prize pool we have for the final 6 today. Saw Jose was with us earlier, finished for $9,000. George made $11,000 and change. Jerry, $14K, just under 15. Eric laddered up to $20,000 and change. And these gentlemen have locked up $31,367, but first will be $44,675. And that crystal trophy that David binked the button off of a few moments ago. And I will click on these stacks real quick. And you will see we are 59 big blinds versus 16 big blinds. Makes it easy when the big blinds are in millions, because we're at the 1 million big blind, 1 million ante, and 500K small blind level, being level 30 something in this tournament. As crazy as that is. These players played multiple hours trying to get to the final table yesterday. Very deep structure with a 100K stack. 74 million chips in play. Looks like David's going to be all in on the button here with King 9 off. Matt will be in the big blind, deciding to call with 9-5.
They were pretty bad.
And Matt does let it go. David Mabik's showing him one of the cards. David will put his blind out. New setup and all in right away. Very exciting. Emilio went to, I believe, flush his nasal cavities. We'll see. He has thugged it out today for you all. A little under the weather here. The tournament staff working hard. We're going to do the opposite here. We deal the button second when we're heads up, so we're going to do a little card switcheroo here. You missed an all-in and a fold and a missteal.
I am back, and so
Nasal cavities
Not
flushed,
much.
ready to go.
yeah,
Yeah, there you go. Did you
I'm
have a chance to
alive.
wash your hands?
I did.
Congrats.
What, you want to test it?
No, we're just spreading the word to everybody.
You want a lick?
Germ free. No, I'm good. No. Was that a 50 Cent song?
I
I'm
don't
not-
know.
No party like a Diddy party. I'm avoiding that.
Uh-oh.
Ace
okay.
5 offsuit here for Matt, who's on the button. He's first to act, and
Yeah,
he does
who
put a
shall not be
raise.
mentioned.
Looks like he put an all-in raise in here. David looks down and says, I like this one. That one's okay. I oblige. Looks like
goes
we're going to
with
have an
it.
all-in and a call.
Here we go. Off
This
to
could be the
races.
last hand of the tournament, guys. We have Ace 5 and Jack 10.
Almost a 50-50 here.
And this is for 35 million chips, which is just less than half the chips in play.
Yep, we are now seeing if we'll be here for another hour or not.
It could be the or not. You could hear a pin drop
Yep.
or Amelia blows nose.
You guys are mean.
And
Oh, wow. Okay. There's the
Moose
nuts.
David flops the nuts, but he's not clean.
Yeah.
There's clubs out there.
Need 2 clubs. I mean, there's chop outs too.
Oh, that could be a pretty disgusting run out here, but he does currently still have the nuts. Got to avoid all the clubs left in the deck.
Oh,
Where
man.
David finds a full double, and the last card comes,
Oh, my God.
and it's a club.
Oh, my God. We love poker, don't we?
What a run out. David battled, Matt battled. These guys did it.
Wow.
You get it in, you flop the absolute nuts, but it's never easy in poker.
Yeah, like I said, gotta love poker. I mean, technically the best hand won there, but that's a crazy run out.
That was the third hand on that new setup. I wonder where those cards came from.
Look at the reaction from Matt. Just another day at work.
Puke emojis behind us from the production crew. Puke
Wow.
emojis, but wow. So as you
Look
can
at the
see,
dealer smiling. He's like, "What did I just do to this man?"
David takes home 31,367 for his efforts, and we will not see the last of him. Congratulations to Matt visiting us today, $44,675. Congrats to everybody that made the money in this tournament. It was a pretty big day 2 field that had to play down to 6.
Yeah.
Crazy turnout for this $400 buy-in tournament here.
You know, it was a short one, but it was sweet. You know, I actually enjoyed watching this one quite a bit.
Yeah, we only got to play 39 hands of final table action here. We were here for an hour and 20
crazy.
minutes. We set a record. We appreciate everyone that joined us today on Facebook and YouTube today. Yeah, chat had a little bit of fun. We didn't really interact too much. We didn't want to get trolled too hard. I'm going to go see where Matt bought that hoodie and make that my new Lucky Poker hoodie.
Yeah.
Emilio, any parting poker advice for the masses out there besides flopping the nuts and trying to hold up?
Don't cry. It shows weakness.
There's no crying in poker or in baseball. All right, well, that's Emilio Sosa. I'm Ryan Unger. I don't know when the next stream is, but hopefully we'll catch you there either from Orange City or Daytona Beach. We do thank you for joining us. We thank you for the whole production team. There's a lot of pieces that go on behind the scenes to make this a possibility for you all. You see Joe LaRosa in the scene, from everyone from the general manager all the way down to the dealers. We thank them all. We thank you for watching and playing at Daytona Beach and Orange City. Until the next one, have a nice weekend or week, whatever we're at.
Have a good night, everybody.
Have a good night. We're
We
out.